Powered by Riverside FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Dr. Cho.
I wish I could do Dr. Phil's voice. Like, I wish I could channel that. That would be such I would feel good. But
you're going to start practicing that in the shower.
He's got like a real anal, nasally voice. He's got an anal voice. Right? It's all like that. They're all. That's not a thing. Sure.
That's not what I meant. Real quick. Holidays, sir.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right, so this is our September 19th week, or episode. So it's National Meow Like a Pirate Day, sir. Ahoy, matey. So actually, it's also Pirate Day too. But at the same time, someone paid for National Meow Like a Pirate Day. So National Meow Like a Pirate Day is here. Dress up your furry friend in the cutest pirate costume and share their perfect pics with us.
Oh, the cat. Like I was like, meow like a pirate. What? I was like, they don't. I was thinking Super Troopers when they did the little
the cat game.
Like, hey, meow.
Meow.
Yeah, that's what I was all. Meow like a pirate. I'm like, what kind of weird pirates are these people thinking happen?
Dude, by the way, that 2 weeks ago, I think I started talking about last week and I got sidetracked as Jan always does. I think we hit 5 pop culture references 2 weeks ago. And we
already got one right now.
We already got one in there. It's also National Butterscotch Pudding Day. Celebrate National Butterscotch Pudding Day with the delicious homemade treats, the perfect way to indulge your sweet tooth. Trying to think. I think I like tapioca if I had to pick a pudding. That's like me. That's like my favorite pudding. Dude,
put it like you can't go wrong. I feel like you can't go wrong with chocolate, but butterscotch actually is pretty good. I might go to like HEB later and get like one of those little Jello pudding mixes.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool. Did you ever the one that was like a cheesecake? It's like a little cheesecake Jello cup thing.
Yeah,
not bad. It's not as awesome as cheesecake.
Are you talking about the one that had the graham cracker on the bottom too, right?
Yeah, had everything.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, no, and like jelly and cream and whatnot.
Another reference. You get it all nice and put it just like the Jello pudding with Mr. Bill Cosby.
That's not a movie though, but we're getting there.
This is pop culture.
You're right.
He pops a different kind of culture when he's put it in the pen too.
Hey, I just want to tell you, I'll send it to you. I'm not gonna talk about it here, but you should look up Jim Jeffries' stand-up for his Bill Cosby jokes. He's the one that did that. The Plus. He's the guy that did the Plus. Yeah. It's pretty funny. But no, the pudding reminded me, right? So there's one student. Like I said, I got a triad, right? I'm part of a triad, so we rotate 3 classes. And I got one student there. A couple weeks ago, she gave me some brownies, right? This week she gave me some cookies. Yeah, some brownies. They were legit, apparently. Like I didn't pop, But then yesterday,
yeah, I was really hungry afterwards. That was crazy.
Yesterday, she was like, "What's my favorite cake?" And I was like, I said, I don't know. I tend to like the white cake or the yellow cake, right? I don't know. But I was just like, I wanted to be like cheesecake. But I feel like that. I don't know if this girl's baking or her mom does it and she just brings it in. But I don't know. I'm not trying to put it to work,
My favorite cake is a big, huge sheet cake with a little bit of chocolate marbling in it. Maybe some of this, a little happy birthday, Mr. Bing on top. And she comes in with a huge thing.
There you go.
Sweet.
My favorite cake is the one that's made from real gold dust, right? And diamonds and stuff.
One of my favorite cakes when I was a kid was a cake that they would bring to these guys in prison. Yeah. And it had like a file in it, like from DuckTales.
Exactly. All right, moving on to the headlines.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Chandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
Hey, so I made what they call an executive decision, right?
Okay.
Because how you make fun of me for we never get to everything on the agenda, right? And I told you I like to plan just in case we have stuff. So what I told myself the other day, I was like, you know what, self, if I plan less, then Choey can't make fun of me and maybe we'll speed up a little quicker. So that's my
It's not,
plan.
it's not that I make fun. It's just I think it's funny that I don't know what. Not that I intentionally do it to people. However, I think it's funny, and you've done it too. So you can't be like, "Oh my God, it's just a Choey thing." When we
Yeah,
would have conversations with people, and they would start off, and like their conversation wants to be A, B, C, done, and
yeah,
we just start talking about random stuff, and so like A becomes sub A two, sub A three, sub A four, and then it goes off into like Z and G and all this other craziness, and they're like, "We were supposed to talk about this." And you get back on track, and then you just weave the other way, and all the while we're sitting there knowing where it is they want to go, but we're still getting them off. So like a 2 minute conversation becomes 20 minutes, and you still don't get it there. And
dude.
like I ran out of time, and it's like, well, whose fault is that? Not
I don't
mine,
know. I
yours.
don't know if you do it or if it's just me, but there's times I start doing all those tangents and stuff. Like I start the conversation, and then I get to a point like, what was I saying? And people are like, I don't know. I was just like, I forgot. I lost my point. I lost my train of thought. But no. So my first headline, right, goes along with, I thought there was a full moon coming up. Actually, doesn't show up until October 6th. Dude, the last day of the week, yesterday, craziness, man. There were so many kids just having meltdowns. It was like I called it full moon fever, but it was no full moon. So it was just Friday fever, I guess. I don't know, man, but
Some of the stuff in the brownies and cookies the kids were upset about.
that was 2 weeks ago. They're over that.
You don't
It should
know.
be out
Maybe
of
she's selling
it
them on
should
the
be out of
black
their
market.
system. Should be out of their system.
She's
But
sprinkling little crumbles like a little drug dealer.
did you have to
Get
worry
them a
about
little
that in high
taste.
school? Or high school is it
Drug
bad?
dealers?
Yeah, that too. But
Drug
it's
deals? I'm a
or,
little bit.
or full moons is bad for high schoolers.
I guess maybe I never subscribed to it really too much. Like, I would I don't know because I feel like children's buying just kind of ebb and flow, and so like if it was ever like craziness, I would know when it was a full moon more so because I would have like other school people be like, "It's because it's a full moon out. That's why they're like that." And I'm like, "Oh, is it? Oh, okay."
All
I'm like,
right.
"I guess sounds good."
My second headline, although it's out of order how I wrote it here, but I'm cool. I had a read, right? And what is it? The REED? What does it stand for again? Like the
What?
evaluation of the read.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about for
The
like
review
student.
of existing
There you go.
the review of existing evaluation data.
Yeah. So
I
dude, we
thought
started.
you meant you had to like read like as in a book. I'm like, you
We
spelled it
started.
wrong.
We started that. We had that read, or we had a read on Wednesday, and it started like at 10:25, right? So 10:30. I'm supposed to be done with special or go pick up the kids from specials at 11:10. I'm texting my teacher like, "Hey, my read's running late." And then we go to lunch. We take them to lunch at 11:25, right? Or well, we leave about 11:20 to kind of get there, make sure because it takes a while time to travel. And I'm still like, yeah, I'm still in this read. Dude, I didn't get out of the read until like 11:40 something. I had about like really like 7 minutes before I had to go pick them up from lunch, and then it was recess. And so I downed a protein shake and ate a yogurt and stuff. I almost went through my whole lunch. And one teachers were like, I should have just taken lunch. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I can't do that, man. It's hard for me to sit still. I was already kind of, I normally don't get anxious, but I was starting to get anxious when that time was coming up, you know? So it really sucked.
I feel you, dude. We had an ARD one time, and I left because I had to leave to go to another meeting. But when I left, the ARD was already going on for like 3.5 hours,
Yeah, somebody else
and
had
I
told me
wasn't
one
doing.
like that.
I was like, I wasn't even doing any of the talking. Like, I was just there as the district rep, but the district had like a bunch of central office people in there, and they're like, "You just don't say anything. We have it under control." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And after like an hour and a half, I was like, "Do you though? Do you?"
Wait,
Because
when you left, did you have to like call in to listen, or like did they need you there to listen? Because there's sometimes, as a teacher, I don't do anything. I just have to be there. They need like a
yeah.
classroom
Well, no,
teacher.
they subbed out the principal. Like the principal ended up finishing off because I had to
Oh,
go
okay.
do after school duty, and then I had to go to another actual like meeting training after that for stuff. And I was just like, dude, like this is ridiculous.
You're like tag it. You're like tag in, but it was. I mean, it was productive conversations, right? It wasn't like it was bad because the mom was there and they were asking me a lot of stuff about her son, but I was just like I said, I was cool until once 11:10 hit on my phone. I was like, oh, I was like now. almost cussed there. I caught myself, but I was like, oh man, now I'm gonna be late for lunch. Now, at what point am I gonna eat? What point are the kids gonna get there? It's just craziness, right?
You're all start doing one of these little wobbling heads, and you're like, Mr. Bing's feeling low in his blood sugar.
Just
Oh,
start
no. They're like
start
with
making
you, like,
tummy
what?
noises. Sorry about that. It's lunchtime.
Make it with your mouth though. They're like, we can
Wink,
see you
wink.
doing that. You're all. Don't worry, stomach. We'll feed you soon. Hungry. That's
Edit.
like we see you doing that.
My last bit of headlines will probably be semi funny and then semi serious. You know how we get every now and then, right? We had a staff meeting on Thursday. The principal was talking about the new House Bill 12. Have you heard some of this stuff? Like some of the stuff,
Maybe.
it's labeled, or I guess its nickname is the Parents' Bill of
Oh, is this the?
Rights.
Well, no, the Parents' Bill of Rights has been around for a while.
Oh, well, they said it was House Bill 12. I thought it was kind of new. But no, well, maybe they added some
Depend-
amendments to it or something. Because, you can't send a student to a counselor without parental consent, right? So, like, a kid says, I want to talk to the counselor. I really can send them to the counselor, but then the counselor can't talk to them until they contact the parent, right? But some of the stuff that they were saying, like, we can't do, like there's just a lot more restrictions now. So we had our 8-day rotation. Counseling was one of them. Now we got to take that out because it can't be as special, right? Also, we had some confusions on Band-Aids, right? And so the nurse had to step up and she's like, well, we're interpreting it as, because at first they're saying we can't give kids Band-Aids. And we're like, what? And then she'll be like, well, what we're interpreting it as is you can't put like medicine, ointment, or whatever on it. And don't put the Band-Aid on.
Really?
I don't put the Band-Aid on for them anyway. But it's like they want Band-Aids. I just like, go put the Band-Aids over there. Right? They also said, do you remember and I want to make one of these, by the way. You know what like check-in, you know what a check-in is? They have like
Maybe.
they have like the screen and they're like maybe they have like 6 to 9 pictures and like how you feeling today? And it's got
Yeah.
like they might have
Yeah.
like kittens, dogs, or whatever, right? They said we can't do that now. We can't. How do you feel? Like you feel like a 1, a 2, or we're not allowed to ask kids that. But I wanted to make one for you and me, where it's a beer check-in, a Choey and Chandler check-in. Choey, how you feeling today? Is it 2 beers? Maybe it's just numbers of beers. How you feeling today?
This
But no,
this is gonna be like, so some people will not receive this one well, I'm sure. But we could probably make it like a dual thing. Make a how are you feeling today, and have like the one is like some really ugly chick.
yeah.
And then as you get to the 10, that really ugly chick is transformed because you're feeling really good and buzzed. And so you're like, like, you're like, wait a second. She's looking amazing now. And it's like, wait, I'm feeling good. They're like, but we can do like with ugly dudes too, I guess.
Yeah. But
They're
it's
all,
like, what do you feel like? Do you feel like a chick today, Choey? Not really, but no, but
it's all,
like
do you feel like an ugly girl? Matter of fact, they do.
But no, I mean, it's just kind of like some of the stuff. I mean, some of it I get, right? Like, they tell like if a student, and this is something that I don't think I'd ever have to worry about in elementary. But say you have like a student, say there's like a boy that wants to transition to a girl, and their name is
Yeah.
John, and they want to go by Joan. We can't call them Joan. It's like, okay, I get that, but I mean, it's like that's illegal type stuff. But it's just some of the things they were saying. I was like, you kidding me? I was like, man, we're getting too sensitive in a lot of ways, you know?
Well, this like borderlines on like the okay, now we're gonna go into politics type stuff. So first, like, so the parent bill of rights is like Texas Education Code, like chapter 26. So like it's out. What you're saying, it sounds like they added, because like that stuff
Yeah.
wasn't in there before. So it sounds like they added it. But like the name thing, like
I have no
kids,
problem with that. I have no problem with that. Like I'm fine with that.
but
you
but
know?
but it's crazy that we have to put like a law in that says don't call them by something that's not their legal name. Like,
Ye- well,
why not? Like, what?
so like I'm trying to like.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, I get what you mean, but I kind of got in a lot of ways. Well, I have two girls in my class that I don't want to use their real names because then I'm using their name. But like you do like a shorter name. You know what I mean? Like I don't call you Joseph, I call you Choey. Where they're like if a
Yeah,
kid's like,
but
hey,
that's
go. But I know. But after being told that this thing this summer, I'm like, because the parents tell me their name's Joseph, and I'm calling them Choey, and I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble? You know, I'm going like the kid wants to go by Choey. You know, I'm like, is that my fault? So like, it's just
But
the Band-Aid
I
thing
think
is
it.
crazy, man. To me, the Band-Aid thing, the counselor thing, can't talk to a counselor. I was like, whoa.
Well, because I think that's born from the fact that you've had some schools that like screwed it up for everybody, where like the kids went to the counselor and the counselor helped them get a transition plan and like transition
Oh,
over from one spot to the other, and they kept it from the school. I mean, the parents, like they were like help the kids get set up so the kids could go to like the doctor and get their stuff going as like minors, and kept it from the parents. And it's like, what? No, like, but I don't know. I guess it's good that I guess they spell it out more so that way
yeah.
hopefully people aren't stupid. But
You're like, knock
well,
on wood.
we're to the point, I think, honestly though, and you were right. This went into like the more serious stuff. It's I don't know, like be responsible for what you're responsible for. Like you have your responsibilities, I have mine. Like don't try to overextend yourself, and it's not no overextending in the fact of like you're trying to help out stuff that you shouldn't help out, but it's like, dude, like
Was it a movie or a comedian or somebody that would always say like, stay in your lane? But I mean, I feel like that's like that too. Like, stay in your. That's not your. It's not your job responsibility. You know, it's just do what you're supposed to do.
well,
I
yeah,
get what you're saying, but it
and
was just
that's the thing is like if you're gonna go outside of your stuff, like do it for the benefit of somebody, not because you're trying to enforce your own morals and your own beliefs on somebody else. Like I have my own morals and my own beliefs as far as like what things should and should not look like. You can express yourself however you want. Like say what you want to say, do it. But when and like I always tell the students, you can say what you want to say, you can do what you want to do. In public, it's a little different
yeah.
because there are certain things where you can or can't do certain stuff. And when it gets to the point where it offends somebody else, we have to kind of look back on the fact of how is it offending? Is it offending in a way that it's like, hey, it's okay because I'm still within my right? Or is it you're offending somebody and you overextended yourself? And at that point, if it is, you have to pull yourself back. And if you don't, suffer the consequences, whatever that may be. Like if you're doing something you're not supposed to do, and it tiptoes into that illegal, it is what it is, man. Like I get that like marijuana is legal in certain states and it's legal for this, it's legal for that, but it's like beer. Beer's not illegal. You and I are old enough we can have a beer. However, if we down 6 beers in an hour and then, 30 minutes after that hour is over, we go around driving,
Yeah.
we've stepped into the realm of where we screwed up a little bit. And it's
Or
and
so if you have a 6-pack and then you go to work type thing, you know, like that's
yeah,
yeah,
it's
or a 12-pack
and
type thing
if
or whatever.
you want to roll the dice and see what happens, roll the dice and see what happens. But if you like when you get in trouble for it, you get in trouble for it. It is what it is. You get caught, you get caught. Too many people are like, well, and they get caught for doing something wrong, and then they want to explain why it is that they think it's okay, and it's like the law says it's not. Sucks to be you.
Now you know.
AD Show! It's like, now you know, right? Hey, we're gonna roll to the break.
All right.
Hit the song. You can do your run. We need a champion choice, so get yourself ready, okay? At some point.
Okay.
All right,
I
man.
mean, I'm always bothered. I'm always bothered by something.
Left button. There it is.
We say prost, Gumby, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all toss Santa, other times it's cheers up. You effing hoser, you effing hoser. We also say sawday, salute saluti, or tage, skull. Let's all say Nazdarovia in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa makes South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soul. In Budmo, Ukraine's here to stay. In Thailand we clink and shout out Sean. Then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's allowed you mourn. No matter the place we drink till dawn. In India we say cheers or body hole. Hungary says he just did it, don't go too slow.
remember when that was like 30 seconds?
Yeah. Well, because we had like 9 countries.
Yeah.
Oh, the bell's back.
Well, now I
The
remember to push
bell
it.
is back.
Yeah, I need to remember to push it each episode. But no, yeah, when we had like, there's like a 20, 30 second. I remember when I first did that with Suno and like texted you,
Yeah.
right? Because I was going to keep it a secret. But I was excited, so I wanted to share it. And then you said you told your family because you liked it too. And your family was like, get over it, man. Like,
I was like, what? You don't understand. We're not singing this. And they're like, yeah, we know. And I'm like, well, but you know what I mean. Um, no, I was just thinking like it would have to be like over an extended break. So like a winter break or spring break type thing.
yeah.
But it'd be kind of fun like to get. I mean, it would do that so that way we can kind of both kind of help out with the edit since you're the editor in chief for sure.
Yeah.
But like splice like videos into like iMovie with that and have like we could have like some of the people we've had it be guests like kind of sing like little chunks, like mouth it and stuff like that. Make our
Gotcha.
own little bit and our own little video.
Do you
Just
kind
saying.
well, you kind of reminded me when you said we have enough time. Next weekend is the local Oktoberfest thing, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I texted you and the dude kind of like he thumbs up on it, but I was just like, "What does that mean? You want to do it, dude?" Does that mean like
I noticed he didn't answer either.
Yeah, he's just like,
so that mean you're doing to do it? He's
yeah.
all
I was like,
cricket.
I don't know what this means, but
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Chandler to read an advertisement for buyblacket.com. Please shop buyblacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. Buyblacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop buyblacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Chandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Chandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
we got 2 things right in my plan or my playbook.
All right.
Little TripAdvisor, and then we end on the always positive, always happy with Chapping Choey. You down for that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you
I was
see
sharing with some people at work the other day that I was like, like doing this podcast has really opened my eyes up to the fact that I'm always bothered by something. Because I was like, I'm a positive guy. Like I'm always optimistic and like ready to do. But then I realized like they're like,
you keep
they sit
everything
there and they're
buried
like,
inside, huh?
when you go off, you go off. Like, and I'm like, well, when something bothers me, it bothers me.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, no, it's just good. It's you're passionate. And I was like, but I'm just saying, some people are stupid. And they were like, exactly. And I was like, what's made me realize is that I always rant about something. And I was like, what the heck?
Ranting and raving. Can you see the screen, or do you have your own up, or what?
No, I can see it. All right. Do I get the music, or am I doing it?
Warm up the vocal cords, sir. I'll put the music in later.
Today we're going down to Venezuela. They've got the tallest waterfall in the world. Angel Falls is so tall the water basically turns into mist before it hits the ground. Like nature just rage quit halfway. Baseball is king, not soccer or football, as they would say. The national obsession is baseball, which makes Venezuela the Caribbean rebel of South America. Their beaches could win pageants, and maybe some of their women. And speaking of pageants, Venezuela produces so many Miss Universe winners, it's basically a national sport.
There you go.
Gas is cheaper than bottled water. True story, filling your car is less expensive than staying hydrated. They have Christmas in roller skates. In Caracas, it's tradition to skate to early morning church in December, the only traffic jam you'll ever enjoy. Merida has the largest and highest cable car in the world. The views are incredible, but your fear of heights will not thank you. And last but not least, they have their own Devil Day. Dancing Devils of Yore, a festival where people dress as devils to celebrate Corpus Christi. It's fun, it's loud, and slightly terrifying. But I'm not really sure what Corpus Christi went ever. I'm gonna have to Google that because we live right down the way from Corpus Christi.
It's a different Corpus Christi.
But it's a devil thing.
No. Oh, I thought Corpus Christi stands for, was it Body of Christ? Like in Spanish?
I thought so. That's why I'm like, oh, what's?
Here,
I'm like, what does it mean if they're like doing it with devils and stuff?
Corpus Christi, what, Venezuela? So, you know, I learned how to like spell some of these countries now too, and I'm like, what? Is there a special way to celebrate the feast of Corpus Christi, an annual Roman Catholic holiday commemorating the presence of Christ in the sacrament? Maybe that's why they're dressed up as devils, just so they have like the here.
That's an interesting connection.
So, Dancing Devils of Corpus Christi refers to a set of popular Venezuelan religious festivals held on Corpus Christi celebrating the presence of Christ in the Eucharist. It generally refers to the practice of 11 brotherhoods in various regions, which can include more than 5,000 people, among which the best known is the Dancing Devils of Yare. So,
yeah. But I don't see the connection. But I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, it's their party, not ours. But I'm like, I don't see how that works, but we can roll with that, I guess.
That's your... Dude, don't be that fit dentist that doesn't approve of the toothpaste.
So we're going to celebrate Jesus by dancing like, basically like his enemy? Like...
Well, we're not. They are. I mean,
I don't go celebrate the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl by wearing my Cowboys jersey and be like, yay, Eagles.
How do you...
Like that.
How do we know that their person dressed as Jesus then isn't beating down those devils with like a stick or something, you know?
That'd be kind of a cool one.
You know, just be like, yeah, get out of my way.
Every year in the Devil's Day, there's a bunch of people that get beaten up and like in the hospital because they're like beating the hell out of you, literally.
Their Corpus Christi says, "Get off my lawn, devil!" Yeah.
Squirt them in the face with like some acid type pepper spray. They're like, ah.
Anyway, all right. It's my favorite segment. Hopefully, it's your favorite segment too.
What you
got this time, Choey?
I lay down on the metaphorical couch and vent.
Yeah.
So my thing, honestly, would if I have to pick one of the many things that bother me in the world right now, would be on that I don't. When you're telling people word for word what you want to tell them, and you have to kind of beat around the bush because of legalities and stuff, and you tell them, and then they say, so is this what you're saying? You're saying I can't get this, and then you're like, hey, I can't do that, basically, if this is not in place, therefore blah blah blah. And I'll give you what happened is, so like FERPA, we deal with FERPA, you deal with FERPA, I do. Everybody in the educational system deals with FERPA. And for those of you in terrific hour land, FERPA stands for Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, which basically says if you don't have an educational interest within the student, you don't get to find out any information about them, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But in the college level, because the student is now a college age student who's typically the age of majority, 18 or older, that becomes even tighter. And so I had this parent the other day call, and they were like asking me about their student, and they weren't on the release form, so I couldn't tell them anything. And like at that point, it's very overarching sentences of, well, if students go attend the school here and they don't have certain these information release forms, we can't discuss those types of students. And the parent goes, well, my son goes there, blah, 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 and she tells me all this stuff. And I said, no, I understand what you're telling me, but what I'm telling you is, if a student has a release form, then I can discuss that student. If a student doesn't have a release form, I can't discuss that student. So are you saying that he didn't? And I said, if a student has a release form and identifies certain people, I can discuss that student with those people. If they don't, I can't confirm whether or not they go to school here to discuss that student with that parent, with anybody else. Well, I know I did this, this, and this. I'm telling you right now. And it's like, I don't know how else to spell it out for you without violating confidentiality and saying, look, he doesn't have your form. You're not on the form. Because then at that point, I step over the line.
You're, oh yeah, you're really walking that line there. I didn't think about it like that. But it reminded me of, I think it was Thursday. Because I texted you and the dude, I was like, man, I think it's impossible to be a teacher that doesn't drink. Like, you know, like at some point during the week. And sometimes it could be stupid rules in place. It could be behavior, whatever. But I was getting frustrated, constantly repeating myself in all my math classes. Yeah. But I was like, hey, because they don't have staples in our copy machine, right? So I print a lot of stuff front side, back side,
or whatever.
Yeah, they don't even have that, right? And so like,
what?
And I got to make like 74 copies. So if I'm gonna staple something. Or I don't want to staple 74 copies. That's just a lot of extra work for me. So I tend to do stuff front and back, right? And then I have like maybe a couple different piles. We have like, 1, 2. If I get down to 2, we'll do it. 3, we'll do it, and I'll staple it all together. But anyway, I had this 2-side paper, and I was like, okay, we did an I do, we do, you do. Like I model to the class. They write it down. We do the second one together, and then there were 2 questions they had to do by themselves. And I was like, you need to finish this front side, those 2 questions. If you're at seat, because I was doing an at seat station, you need to start on the back side, right?
Yeah.
And I said that, so I think I told you the first season, it's like, you explain stuff, you go over, hey, does anyone have any questions? No questions. So I start kind of trying to do what I'm trying to do. Go around, and then kids ask me, do I do this backside? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, did you hear me? But no, I was dealing with this other student who I helped him. We're rounding, and he's low. He struggles. I helped him on 7 straight questions, but after each one, I'm like, okay, now you try. And he's there. I'm still sitting next to him. I'm like, you try. And like, say the number is 320. And I'm like, which you're gonna round it to the nearest 100? What's that gonna be? He's like, 700. And I'm like, what? No, there's not even a 7 in there. It's like, so I was like, watch me do it again, right? And then we do the next one, and I was like, all right, it says it's 419. He's like, round it to 1,000. I'm just like, oh my! And so that's why I texted you and the dude. I was just like, this is killing me.
You have to hear our favorite guy from the thing. No.
Yeah.
Why would you say that? It's 500. Don't you see?
No, it is funny though. So in math, when they'll say a number, and in my head, I'm like, where are you getting that number from? Like we're doing expanded form, like decomposing a number. If it's 320, it's 300s, 2 10s, 0 1s. And I'd be like, how many 1s are in here? And someone's like 7. I'm like, where are you getting the 7 from? Like, where in the world is that coming from? But nah, man, it was just.
It's like when you want to channel that teacher from South Park. Now can I hear from somebody who's not a complete retard?
It also reminded me. Here's another pop culture reference, because now technically you could kind of say you and I are pop culture. We're online. We're on the airwaves. Yeah, but it reminded me. I think I said that in season 1. I was like, one of the things I dislike is repeating myself. And you're like, what? And you made me keep repeating myself. And so I was thinking about that. I was like, this Choey is going to laugh at this because this kid is making me keep doing it. I'm like, oh. But maybe one of these days he'll get it. It'll click.
And it bothers you, like, because it's like you're like, the whole reason I'm here as a teacher is to fix these things. But at the same time, when you're like, well, I don't even know where you're getting this from that makes sense to you, and you're like, what? No.
I remember talking,
and it's like you like look at the kid and you're like, I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, I don't know how to process what you're doing. Here's a little serious moment as a teacher. I've talked with other teachers when we do like happy hours or whatever. I remember one time we did it a couple years ago. I was hanging out with some teachers, and the thing about education, and I swear it's true for all levels, but I know it happens a lot in elementary, but I'm sure it's for all levels, is most of the time that 40-hour work week or whatever that teachers are doing when they're like at school was 40 plus. 90% of that is a lot of, you want to bang your head on the wall. Because like how kids just aren't getting it. Yeah, and you're just like, and you kind of get frustrated. You're like, how can I explain this better? But then you get that small part. When they get it, you're like, oh, that's awesome. You know, like it's really cool when they do get it. Because you're like, now they made a connection. But there's just so many times that when they're not getting it, it's like you, as a teacher, you go through all that stress, all that struggle just to get like these little moments. And you're like, yes. But in the other time, in the meantime, you're mostly like,
sometimes those moments are not worth it though, because you're just like, I'm done.
It's just,
I'm gonna quit.
Sometimes it's just too stressful. You're like, I'm waiting on it. But all right, anything else you want to add for this episode?
Negative Ghost Rider.
All right, let me go and look up the socials to remind myself. All the listeners out there, please check us out on X and TikTok. We're at Choey and Jan, CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. On Instagram and Threads, it's Choey and Jan 2, CHOEY, letter N, JAN, and then 2, TOO. And then YouTube and Facebook is Jandler Bing. YouTube is Jandler Bing 969. And I remember that's why that 2 weeks ago when I said I remember hitting our 5th pop culture reference because I brought up Bill and Ted's, and you're like, you made fun of me for the 69. I was like, it's just a reference to Bill and Ted, dude. Honestly, who throws a shoe?
Sure. Honestly, who throws a shoe?
I mean, come on, man. Oh, all right. Well, that's it. I'm going to pull the plug. You ready?
Let's pull it out.
All right.
Pull it out.
So no life support. Choey says it's done.
Yank it.